Okay. I don't know if this will work any better. We'll find out. It probably will reduce the quality a little bit, but it shouldn't be too much of an issue since I'm reading this one out anyway. Hi everyone, good evening, officially, for real. You might need to restart. I should probably put that in the chat. Hang on. Fantastic. Let's see. How's everybody doing? I hope well. Last time we ended up sort of abruptly because the stream just sort of blew up. So we're gonna backtrack a little from where we left off. I'll read it to you in case we missed. I don't know. I ended up hiding less. Woo! The last bit, 'cause it was only like 3 minutes long. Alright. Oh, boo! It doesn't actually show the backlog when you open it from a save state. Okay, well... Basically, I think you all remember, but, Luna T, like, shot at Pluto's thing or whatever. She done messed with Pluto's plan. My tidal cores are desynchronizing. The gravity quake is destabilizing the tidal resonance, you jerk, so I can't move. Telling her to leave, because things are gonna get bad. They're at the observatory lens, and rather than, you know, destroy it or whatever, they basically blew it up by kind of fighting over it. And now there's issues. Why did you keep pushing, knowing it was going to happen? I'm more stubborn than you, always. No, not having it! You already said everything is your fault, so that is now true forever, until the end of time, which is gravity quake is probably going to take us to! Fine. I'll place my reactor resonant with yours to stabilize, then max thrust and we'll get out of here. There's no way your ship has enough power to keep up. Then leave me. No! You need to live so I can keep yelling at you! Pluto. Don't even think about not leaving with me! Then let's do what I said in the first place. Get out of the observatory before it swallows us. Have you ever been in the epicenter of a gravity quake? Maybe it'll be fine. Don't you dare let that make you feel better! It shouldn't! The iris is shuddering and shattering and sparking. The tidal forces rock through them. Living in space means not having to know which way is up, but now they can't even tell when is up. Down and up and left and right are everywhere and nowhere, and the exit of the closing eye is forever out of reach of time and space. Where are you going? That's upside backwards! I can't steer. How can you? Here, fine. I'll guide you. Hold on. The pulse is That already happened. It's about to happen. It's happening right now. It might happen. It's continuing to happen. Luna T, calm down! You know better than to be paralyzed by linear time like that. Just do it! Whatever it happens to be, whenever it comes up! tense. If you're about to do it, you'll do it. If you've done it, it's done. And already have done it if you can't. So what's next? It's always the future in space. That's the point of coming to space. You go there where you want to be in the future, now. It is the world of will be and maybe to be. Never is or was. Reaching but never grasping. A future severed from the present that causes it. Lights flood from the iris of the lens. Then it shuts. Then it shuts again. Many infinities to come. Is this how you see everything? That's shoujo-y as hell. But look, baby Pluto! I'm Pluto. What's your name? It's Lunaterra. I'm assigned to protect you. Though they might actually be in a greenhouse looking at it. Still pretty shoujo as hell. You're sweet, but so sad? I'm happy to meet you. But when I'm so happy... but when I'm so happy, you seem sad. Why is that? Oh no, sorry, that's super annoying. Dr. Nix keeps telling me people think it's rude when you just read the story off them instead of asking them first. You're not supposed to be able to do that to me. Oh no, sorry! I'm excited! But do happy things make you sad? Sometimes a little. I'm glad you're having fun at least. I'll make sure you have fun too! I can share being happy. That's the function of love. Do you love me? Yeah, you get it! Love makes the universe work. Do you know physics? Pluto, you're all over the place! You don't have to be jealous of me, you know. Everything I was given, you deserve that too. I'll cut your old dead name out of the story, just like I did for me. Focus, Lunaterra. You have to be faster than thought. You have to feel, trust your instincts, cut through the edges of the possibility space. Luna T, it's okay. It's hard, but you don't have to cry. There's lots of us here. We can beat them together. I don't know what to do. What they want is impossible. But I want it too. Why can't I just make it happen? I can see everyone's desires, but I just can't make it all fit. Why can't I forgive them? Why can't this work? Why won't anyone help me? If only I was bigger, but I'm messing it all up. If only I wasn't here. You're part of it. Don't erase yourself from the equation. You're the universe. They hate us. They'll never be happy in a universe where you're happy too. So let's run. If they don't want us to be part of humanity, we don't need their cradle either. They're considering escalation of the conflict. Memorial Foundation wants to keep an existential disagreement, but Earth wants to make it military. I guess we weren't human enough to be wanted on Earth, but we're human enough to be dealt with in the way that humans do. Huh! The better we do against Memorial Foundation, the more it pushes them to write us off as a lost cause and prevent the complications we'll cause appear by killing us. You were so hard on them before. Forgiving your enemies is good. It's cruel to take us back, but they're trying to protect us, and they're the only ones who understand how hard it is. We knew we couldn't escape Earth's gravity, and I guess they know it too. That it's a war with no point, and they don't even have to worry. Is the chance worth it? I don't know. Where would you bet? On them. You should go. No. Not without you. No, dummy. Go so you could save me if I mess it up. And I'll stay in case you do. So this must be when Luna T decides to leave Cradle's Graces. I don't trust them, but I trust you. Whichever of us is right will deliver the other the future. Light blows through the iris fragments, and the universe exists again, a place and a time. Clinging to each other in that place are Pluto and Lunaterra, touching to remember they're alive. Broken, but alive. Pluto, are you okay? Of course not! We were almost swallowed up by time and space, and I almost lost you again. And I had to go through it all again. Everything. Me too. It was hard. It was so hard. But we did it. We messed up. There's no fixing it. But who cares? You're still here. I'll still fight you to the end. But just so I can know it's for real. So you could stay like this for a little if you want to. Yeah. Kelly! You missed baby Pluto. And baby Luna T. Well, slightly less baby Luna T. But we saw their whole back thing. She was real shoujo. All I want is to stitch these two humanities together. Day 7. Okay, so thinking about it, if there are 7 days, wait, probably 9 days. At least 8. I'm trying to figure out how we need to split it to get an even division between all of the girls, if we want to try. Since I assume that's how you get the Easter egg end. Receiving report. Report data unverifiable. Awaiting manual acceptance. Report accepted. Damage to Lagrange colony indicates most likely fulfillment of duties. Incoming alert. All Memorial Foundation troops. Prepare for landing on Moonbase. Alert. Cradle's Graces and Celestial Mechanics troops have seized control of the gravity well. We must prepare for the confrontation we have always feared. But there's still hope. We will bring everyone home safe. We have Earth on our side. We will be prepared. That's right, I forgot. Memorial Foundation came and was like shooting at them as they tried to do the thing in the well. Generating new assignments. Assignment. Scouting mission. Verify status of Earth-controlled autonomous military units. Assignment. Free time. Spin as you wish before the final battle. Your record is clear. Indicate you have understood new orders. Yes. Ready for gravitational catapult. Welcome home. You've had more than a few fights with this Celestial Mechanics pilot at this point, haven't you? Yes, fights. Exactly. You've really met your match. In terms of troublesomeness, I think she has me beat. Did you know her? Saturn? A Generation 3 pilot. I was only in charge of combat operations. The third generation never saw combat, even against the existential threat. Of course I knew her, though. She was one of Iapetus' top candidates. He used a variety of methods to artificially jumpstart extreme tidal sensitivity and otherwise unremarkable pilot candidates. I thought none of it worked. The first ship cells had manual controls. To bridge the gap between your intentions and the energy of the tidal reactor is a complex language. A conversation between yourself and the machine with advanced mathematics. You use your hands, but it is a fundamentally mental approach. Dr. Nix wanted to achieve communion through the soul. Iapetus, however, felt that direct interface with the body would be the most efficient. Teach the body, and the mind and soul would follow. It sounds dangerous. Also made up. It's all made up. There's nothing inherently wrong in using the body as a primary medium. However, he inflicted the intentions of the ship cells on the pilots, rather than teaching them to express their intentions outward. He wanted subjects, not actors. It's impossible to read the rhetoric of his methodology any other way. Was Saturn particularly resistant? Is that why she was downgraded from primary candidate? No, she was intensely loyal, like another pair of hands and eyes for Iapetus. It was the opposite. She accepted all of those intentions perfectly. She was perfect. You see the problem, don't you? A doll like that doesn't have the will to compete in tidal conflict. Why are you telling me this? He realized in the end he had created someone as boring as he was. It took a long time for you to learn how to be a person, after having been forced to be someone else. Don't forget how to be tender to Hellions, Lunaterra. Fuck space! Ambient title information. A loss. You know what? Fuck space. It is complete garbage. The secret no one here ever wants to admit is that space is boring and empty and desolate and lifeless. It's not romantic and it doesn't care about us. They embellish dull gray photographs of dust with beautiful colors and pull our heartstrings, but the reality is nothing is but different shades of gray, the palest colors. Be tender to Hellions, yeah. But you know what? That's not even the most embarrassing part. The most embarrassing part is that humans can't do anything better than imagine space is just like Earth, but a little different. Filled with people who are like us, but a little different. Well, hey, guess what? That's just Earth, idiots. You're projecting. Why do you need space to think about Earth? Why are you ignoring all the people and places on Earth that are like you, but a little different? Why is that dream more important than us? We're supposed to have dreams, but we're not supposed to just live in them. That's why I'm breaking up. I want to go home. Whose ambient title information is this? A rivalry. I was waiting for this chance. Me too. Thanks for obliging. Anytime, but I'd loved it for this to be the last time. Oh yeah? Do you have a plan for arranging that? Or are we just going to fight forever without end? Do you win when your win ratio tips over 50%? It's climbing for sure. I can't deny it. You're slipping and getting lazy. I'm just bored. I don't want to win an argument. I don't want to win a fight. I just wish you were dead, okay? Ooh, I like that. That's a good couple of sentences right there. Me too. I can't kill you, and I don't really want to either. Well, same. Man, don't talk like Neith. You know that pisses me off. Don't say their name then, maybe. Maybe they died because they were tired of us having the same fight over and over and over again. Are you kidding? They lived for it. Man. What a bitch. I know, right? I really miss them. Me too. Want to fight about it? Man, jeez. Sure, I get it. Neith was the one who jumped into the well during the testing, right? It's time to move to the future, peacefully or painfully. No factions, no dreams. Just two girls lost and entwined in the warm summer of the moon's day. New orders, Lunaterra. Get out for a while. What? Oh, really? You don't need me on standby? Yes, but you're making everyone anxious. The pacing and sighing is becoming melodramatic. Even worse, some of the girls are beginning to find it very attractive. Show them some mercy and give yourself a break, please. Sorry about that. I just snapped at one of the deck mechanics. I am getting tired. I know, and it's given her a disgusting crush on you, so please leave before more of my crew become compromised. Everyone wants Lunity to just demolish them. I still don't get why that happens. That you don't is less of a saving grace than you might think. It's good that you're not full of yourself, but you have no awareness of your own value. I'm aware. It's not a mystery to me why someone would like to earn the approval of someone who treats them as if they don't deserve it. It's an intoxicating feeling. So why do they think I wouldn't want that too? I'm just as greedy and childish. It annoys me. I'm not an invincible monster. I need the same things. Oh, grow up. You're no different than any of my other girls. You're the only one who thinks you actually have to be this made-up person. What? You think you're going to teach Pluto to not take on the burdens of those she cares about when you can't even throw off your own entirely self-inflicted ones? You know my girls aren't stupid enough to not see what a fool you are alongside your strength. They wouldn't find you so charming otherwise. Didn't you learn anything from your terrible relationship with my tragically pathetic niece? I learned not to pretend I could give someone what she wanted. Wrong! You should have learned that just because someone likes you doesn't mean they have to also... You should have learned that just because someone likes you doesn't mean they don't also know you're an idiot. No one needs you to be stronger. You need to let yourself be weaker. Do that quickly, so I don't have to hear any more complaints. From you or those girls. Aren't you tired of hearing them yourself? Make up and forgive. It's mid-afternoon, but only half the sky shows it. The burned gold fades into reds, pinks, purples, and night at the edge where the moon's terraforming abruptly ends. Such an outlandish light, like standing in the middle of day and night, an unsteady feeling to be on the precipice of a hole between a world and not a world. A boundary between Earth and space is here. Oh, the boundary. Terraforming engines dutifully pour blue, white, and green into the craters of barren rock. The elements of air, water, and life. You will continue until the moon is the Earth and the Earth is the moon. Cosmologically, philosophically, literally. The long-awaited unification of Lunaterra. I want to watch it forever, even though it's not going to keep going forever. There's a pleasure in watching something happen slowly, like keeping track of the moon in the night sky. You can see it happening inch by inch. You have to be patient, but it's such a satisfying feeling. Nerd! Lunaterra looks up from her resting spot on Maricrysium's foot. You ever watch it like this, Pluto? I thought I had finally stuck up on you for once. I'm still not as crafty as Saturn. Darn. You were pretty close before I noticed you. It could have been a surprise if you really wanted a surprise attack. I wanted to see how long you'd trust me with your back. How'd I do? Great, until you tried to be clever at the end. Whoops. I'm definitely going to get yelled at again. You got yelled at? Like I was in the academy again. It wasn't great. I wish I could have seen it. I'm really glad you didn't. I've seen all your most embarrassing expressions, but I never get tired of seeing more. It's no use hiding them from me. Fine, fine, I give up. Wow, you should get humbled more often. It's making you really cute. I don't want to... Oh, you don't want to fight this time? I was hoping we could do it honestly, for real, for once. It might be our last chance for that sort of fight. I was thinking that too, but it's our last chance to take a walk like this. Today I want to do that instead. It's not like the end of walks are at stake. There's gonna be more walks, Lunaterra. But not exactly like this. I like it in the middle of things, the stillness of change. In the haves and in-betweens. So like you to be rooting for them, Lunati. Okay though, because you asked. You never asked for anything, so you should get it when you do. Come with me. I want to show you something. What they find is a waterfall, or something that's trying to be a waterfall. The rushing water throws through the canyon till the atmosphere becomes too thin and the sun becomes so bright it turns to vapor and dissolves. A rush of water is stopping abruptly, yet very slowly. The point where it stops is moving forward. Eventually the atmosphere will take hold, and the sun won't be able to strip the air and water from the moon. It's one of the last valleys left where space is still here, where nothing and inverse still exist, instead of everything and us. I thought it'd make you happy. You love lilacs still? Cute! You like lilacs? Let me see, that's cute. Oh wow, they grow so fast here. I wonder how. I think the seasons are playing tricks with them. But look, they're trying to go right into the line of the sun. You can follow the trail until they burn in the sunset. They'll keep crawling until they reach the valley. Or so unbelievable. humans can overcome even this. Do sights like this still make you feel kind of sad? A little, but humans deserve it, so I can't say upset. This won't be the moon anymore, but part of the Earth. And I want to hold the human and the alien together. We'll lose something if we don't. I wish it could be in that middle place forever. We grasp for something new, but we lose everything we touch. I just want lilacs and a home, a space with room for us, wherever that is. How much would you give up to have that? A lot. How much would you? All I would need to make that choice is for you to make me feel that way, Lunati. How do I do that? Convince me everything's going to be okay, that we won't be losing anything, even though we will. Make me feel that way once again. Well, we're no stronger, smarter, more perfect than any human beings on Earth, first of all. Second, there's no place more beautiful on the moon than anywhere on Earth. Really, think. Nothing else in the universe looks as different, that beautiful. Oh, that different, that beautiful, that incredible. Third, touching ship to ship isn't any different than touching body to body. We can speak that same language with just our own flesh. It's just a metaphor anyway. You could be human anywhere. That we did it up in space just means that we can do it back on Earth too. We know the language. First, we would never have been allowed to grow up like we did here, back on Earth. Second, space is cool. Third, giant robots are impossibly cool, and nothing you could possibly say will change that fact. Pluto! We're all we have. The world made me awful, and I had to fight so hard just to be provisionally recognized as human. So I don't know why I miss it so bad. I wish you could tell me. Pluto's quite the anime. My standards probably are bad. This part will sound stupid, but I don't want to believe we couldn't also be happy on. I don't want to believe we couldn't also be happy on Earth, no matter how good the future is. That our happiness isn't that fragile. You know, you say that you have very little faith, but I think you have more than me. You don't want to give up. You have so much faith you want to keep going even though you believe it's totally pointless. You're obscenely stubborn. Things could be much different. You and me especially. We are very, very lucky. If we had been born in space, we would have been even luckier. But you only get so much. I worry about what we would be like if that hadn't happened. For me or for you. If what hadn't happened? Would it have taken us even longer? I already feel like I became a person too old. Would we spend out lives, probably our lives, without ever... Luna. We'd have found another way. Somehow. In Earth or space, no one is ever born whole. We got there eventually, didn't we? I think so too. So I would like to believe that no matter what, we could live and be happy? Even in mortal bodies, on our boring, awful home. I mean, they can't undo what we have done. When they take us back, they will have to make us part of them. Isn't it the simplest, sneakiest way to get everything we always wanted? You really make me believe sometimes, Lunaterra. Giant robots are still really cool, though. Well, I tried. Maybe it worked. It might be too late, but maybe it convinced me. You know I trust you, even when I can't. Come on, let's go smell the flowers. I want to touch them. I want to see if they're as pretty as I remember from Earth. It's not quite Earth's gravity yet here on the moon, but it's getting there. The lilacs smell wonderful, and they're soft. And the air and the water is like a dream. The real thing. You're really warm. And you're really cold. Still, you're right. Skin to skin isn't ship to ship, but it's nice too. It feels exactly the same, in a different way. No more or less. I missed you so much. I'm here. I'm right here. You really are. You're really still so bold, Lunati. I mean, I'm teasing. Oh, okay. Yeah, smooches! But that doesn't mean I'm also not offering. You're so mean to me. But you love it. You can be so strong when you're not trying to be strong. Subtext is for cowards! This is the achievement for unlocking all of the chats. Reading all of them. Did you notice, Lunaterra? Our base is not far from the Sea of Crises. Where your ship stuff was made, and you first sortied. It's nostalgic, isn't it? Huh, it is, isn't it? Reminds me when we were fighting some theoretical existential threat and not each other. Would you prefer those days? I don't think so. No, I definitely wouldn't. I like being less stupid. Fighting with people is better than not even thinking about people at all. Thinking about people instead of fantasies. Aren't you going to say that's still your problem? I know, when I drilled you like little soldiers, I taught you the opposite too well. But I wouldn't mind if you had second thoughts. Europa. Do you feel guilty? We should all feel guilty, but me and my peers especially. We caused this conflict to be played out, and we failed to teach you well enough to endure it. The future we had hoped you would live in was much too childish for you. I know. I'm not upset about that. Why I would never have come back here by your side again. I don't want your guilt. Or my guilt. What do you need, Lunaterra? I would like you to give me your orders. Without guilt or regret or expectation. Of course. Though I've raised you terribly, Lunaterra, I have always been quite proud of you. She's always been so good. Scary. I can't deal with good kids. That was Nyx's job. Huh. True. But I don't hear a reason to trust me? Or are you going to ground me? You're my student, Lunaterra. I don't have to trust you. Trusting you is not my concern. I can't keep you out of trouble anymore, or even tell you what to do. I can only advise my last remaining student. Whether you listen to me or not, or to that girl or not, whether you fulfill your duty to Memorial Punition or betray us once more. You're getting too permissive in your old age. I've always been permissive, and I've always been old. I thought you said I was in charge. I will advise you no matter what decision you make, Lunaterra. And not quietly. Then what's your advice? I'm just going to do it. Don't get out of dealing with your ex by indulging your death wish. That's She's not my ex. Were you not together? Or is it not over? My advice is to not leave things ambiguous this time. Bless you! What a cute little sneeze. Careful, don't fall off. The existential threat. Pilot program training documentation leaked. More definition data to the archives. It was composed of solid light and arrived in multitudes. They had never arrived in the same shape, pattern, or texture twice. They were memorable, but indistinct. They were like and unlike things that we have seen on Earth, and they could not be touched, except through gravity. We could not determine where they came from, but they always headed towards Earth. We feared what would happen if they passed into Earth too much to learn what their intentions for coming here were. And our pilots defeated them without fail, without any hesitation, without any resistance, flawlessly, beautifully, obviously. The truth has always been that the existential threat is much weaker than humans, no matter what we call it. And there was a refusal to name precisely at all times the substance and nature of the existential threat, first of all by referring to it as an existential threat. Memorial Foundation international jargon, rather than common local cultural names, like aliens. From the failures of the Scout program on Earth, there was a desire to both separate the pilots as much as possible from earthly preconceptions. We did this to understand the new ways in which our pilots could be human. And we did this also to understand the existential threat, how the existential threat would change in corresponding ways, complementing the new humanity. Existential threats are always weaker than us, but they have ways that we do not, and they are always waiting in the corners of the world, looking to overcome us in other ways. In the case of the existential threat as it existed in space, we created a weapon, the Chronomacula, powerful enough to defeat them once and for all, single-handedly. And we did so. And we lost every reason to be in space. And we ended all mystery and possibility. So it is surprising that in filling the void, it became the pilots who took the role of the existential threat, as is known to occur on rare occasions on Earth. I've always been old is a very good line. Plastic versus metal. Earth has promised to let the children of space sort themselves out, for now, but the machines of war guard their way back home, just in case. When Saturn and Luna Terra meet in a chance encounter, the true terror of humanity stares them down. The fleets are already in motion. Are you ready? No problem. I'm only worried about that trickster from Celestial Mechanics. No end of trouble. You don't sound too unhappy about that. I suppose that trouble will end soon, one way or another. It's simply recon this time, but it's on the near side of the moon. An Earth military is there, with autonomous devices. They are in very high orbit, but they will descend rapidly if they notice gravitational variability. The ship shelf is a shape intended for humans to exist in space, outside of Earth's pull. It isn't intended for war. The military is here with that most directive intentions, so don't let them achieve it. Funny that the planetary sphere doesn't seem to think we're on the same side. There is nothing funny about it. We are not on the same side. We are complicating the problem. We can't let it go as much as Cradle's Graces or Celestial Mechanics can't. No, we can't let it go as much as Cradle's Graces or Celestial Mechanics can't. Earth has graciously allowed us considerable leeway in dealing with the closing of the space program on our terms. Broken and naive as they find us, Memorial Foundation International begged them to let us try to bring back the wayward children back home bloodlessly. So we should be thankful that they are just watching and not descending to rout us. Most of Earth would find any loss of human life in space, to space unacceptable, but less and less of Earth considered us fully human. So the mission isn't just to protect any stragglers from getting themselves killed by the forces we're trying to save them from? You don't think we can trust them? If I trusted them to handle it, I would not have led you, the children of space, to fight this conflict. Do you think we can do it? Bring everyone back to Earth? There is a reason I am not having you interfere with the opening of the gravity well. Everyone will be in one place at least. What Celestial Mechanics and Cradle's Grace's hope will be their salvation could be ours too. We're on a tight deadline for something that might be impossible. Win what's in front of you and worry about that later. Risk dying tearing that machine to pieces. They hide together in a peaceful moon's winter night. It's winter on the near side of the moon, which means it will be half a month before this hemisphere sees day again. The frosted forest will see spring in a week, summer the week after, and fall a week after that. A year of seasons in a month-long day. Even terraformed. Could humans live like that? On the near side, though, at least the Earth will always be in the sky. Eternally huge, shining with authority and kindness, unlike its agent, who hangs in the corner of the sky like a migraine aura. There's nothing extraneous about its shape. It is here to do just two things. Look, then kill. When Saturn flew a... It's loud. When Saturn flew a millimeter too high, the autonomous military unit looked, then killed. But just too slow, and Lunaterra pushed her away, and dragged them both deep into the winter forest. The unit looks twice as hard. It's been encouraged not to miss twice. Shh, don't make a sound. You're being too noisy. I get that a lot, but this time I'm not making any noise, so don't tell me to be quiet. You're the one flitting all over the place. They're listening for gravity. Vibrations are not the kind of noise they care about. So keep moving and don't make any noise in your heart. Don't make a sound in all possible senses. Don't make a sound physically, emotionally, or spiritually. Calm down. I don't like it if you're not calm. First of all, that makes no sense. And secondly, I refuse. I don't think you should die, so think of something else to do instead, because they can kill you. Unlike me or any ship self. So think about as little as you can, okay? Or keep your TIE reactor's output to a minimum. It helps to make yourself be like an object. You will be a thing that other things happen to, rather than an agent. That's what it's looking for. Agency. So it can make it cease immediately. You know, I'm absolutely super good at that. I have a lot of experience with it. So I'm absolutely not going to. Huh, well, me too. That's why I suggested it. But you're right. I shouldn't have suggested it like that. How about this instead? Start by thinking about the Earth. The autonomous device becomes visible instantaneously. It doesn't look anything like a ship's self and bears no resemblance to a human shape, because there is no intention for its design to accommodate humans. That's the opposite of what it does. It has nothing to express, only a function to perform. What did I do? Probably thought too hard about Earth, but shh, all the same. It's so creepy. That's supposed to represent Earth? It doesn't even look like humans made it. Really? I think it's rather appropriate. It doesn't look human at all. They can detect an artificial gravity reactor. But they don't really know what to do unless they can lock a target and kill it. So if it can't verify what it is, it won't do anything. It feels so heavy suddenly. What is this? I'm telling you, that's the Earth. Real gravity is very, very heavy. Can you feel its authority? It's the gulf between us and a planet. I know that. I guess it feels really different to feel it in person. You were saying, a way to avoid it? Do you remember being a normal kid, even for a little bit? Or do you remember the last time you acted convincingly like one? Obviously! I was a really good kid, you know. It's checking your gravity against a script. And it thinks... Sorry, it doesn't think. It just checks the variance. Aren't I pretty excessively varied by now? Just wait there a second. It's hard to teach on the spot. It's not that I don't know the idea. Ugh! How are you so good at it? It sounds like you kind of hate that I am. I promised I wouldn't die, but I'm mad I have to do this. Lunaterra crawls slowly through the frostbitten green crater to where Saturn is curled along the desert among cold desert Jupiter. I almost said Jupiters. Cold desert junipers. The dark, barely perceptible dot monitors them in pale earthlight, so precisely waiting. It's easier to hide if their ship cells are turned off, or as close to that as a ship self can be. So they climb outside to the cold lunar winter and wait. I'm here. Are you doing okay? No, obviously. I'm scared. Me too. So forget what I said. I hate doing that too. You warm laying there? You're not warm at all. But at least your boobs are soft. The autonomous unit doesn't like flirting, huh? I love your boobs are really soft equals flirting. You should think instead about how you're keeping a secret, keeping it really close, waiting for the perfect moment no one else can know. Okay, I can do that. That's not so bad. That's not as bad. Is it that big a difference? There is infinite difference between someday and never. I've extremely forgotten how to be patient, but I know the difference. You're right. It really is important to never forget. Still not going away. Yeah. It's a lot more patient than us, huh? It's looking at you, too. Aren't you on their side? Just because we want Earth back doesn't mean Earth wants us back. So Memorial Foundation really is that stupid? Maybe. In their eyes, we're as bad as you. So why go back? Because fuck them. They don't want anything to do with us. Memorial Foundation thinks it's optimal for humanity to return, but I think many humans think it would just be fine if, it would be just fine if we died. That just makes me want to come back to Earth even more. Aha! Spite, I can understand. I can be petty too. I want back, even if only for spite. We will bring them back a little taste of what it is like to be us. They're afraid that we might bring something back with us. And they should be. Much more than they already are. That's what I want. Knowing that you're just as petulant and petty as me, And this week, too, makes me reconsider you. In a good way. It's wonderful. Maybe it makes me want to fall in love. Oh. Huh. I said maybe. Don't get full of yourself. Sorry. There's no way we're getting any more than half of what we want at best. You're only hoping for half of what you want, so I wonder if you'll even get that, if you get it. I don't expect things to go my way, but, you know. I hope you're coming along, wherever it is. Truer than you know, LT. Whichever way we go, we're going together. In this cosmic glow, we're going wherever we're going together. I love you. Get used to me now. You made me go upside down on purpose again. You're so good at evasion, but scoring a direct hit is so easy. You win. I imagine that they're just kind of like floating. It's kind of spinning her around. It'll be nice to see the end of every world but this one alongside you. See, the machine's already bored. Or not bored, but uncomprehending, and then it lost interest. But I'll stay here with you until it leaves for good. Because flight or fight. Petty bitch to petty bitch. Lab rat to upperclassman brat. Oh, lab rat to upperclassman brat. What, really? Do you maybe love me too? Day 9. I knew you'd choose us in the end. Hey, Halamide. Even if you didn't choose me. All that matters is that you're coming home. Hi, Hallie. Hello? I'm here. I was just startled. Why are you replying? Since you keep messaging me, I thought you'd be less surprised. Sorry about that. Don't start. I'll literally never ever forgive you. Sure. That's fine. I'm not apologizing to you. You have so much to apologize for, but it's only to me. But are you saying sorry about something else you're trying to do? Maybe. There's a compromise I want you to consider. I should have expected one more betrayal, even at the end. No, it's more like I want to make sure that you hold up your end of the bargain. No negotiation. The terms of surrender must be unequivocal. That's the only way they will allow us to return. Really, it's not a change to the deal at all. Just asking about how we interpret them. You shouldn't, because I'm going to stop you if you pull anything. Really, I will. Very, very easily. Don't worry about that part. Well, in that case, I'm not going to be sorry at all. You should know that shame is what you've earned and bear it. No. I didn't think so. I think you took away what I needed to be happy. I think I have to learn a new way. It doesn't seem fair that I have to when you don't. I have been learning. It's been hard. That's even less fair. You shouldn't be able to. You shouldn't get to move past this. Sorry. Or not sorry. I'm taking this away anyway. They're giving you everything you say you want. So what do you really want? Even knowing I got away fine. Wouldn't you feel guilty if you got something... Wouldn't you feel guilty if you got something special and never shared it? Memorial Foundation does not have the power, or the courage, or the hope. They have experience in numbers, and that still matters. It matters the most because the gravity well is whimpering, sputtering, and Earth's tactics, strategic and realistic, are favored. Their weapons are kinetic. They don't fight with anything dreamlike or unique. All they have to do is this simple job. A fight between giant robots can only be so realistic. But that's the best they know how to do. They never fought on Earth, after all. The gravity well is successfully commandeered by the Memorial Foundation. The limits are made clear. They were rockets built always for entry back home, and to take everyone with them. Ooh! That's a cool ship. Halimede, in Lo Sulki, soars in glory, holding the dying gravity well in her arms. Through it, she extends the logic of Earth to every tidal reactor, the exact gravitational constant that determines human to be human. Ah! Halimede! Lunatera, you've done so well. You've been so good. Are you still going to betray us? Europa told me to expect it. Is that a problem? I thought it was happiness for all, no one left behind. Emphasis on the no one left behind, because the first is too hard. We have to be careful, you know that. They think we're more trouble than we're worth. There's a really simple, easy solution to us becoming another existential threat. A simple way to defeat it and prevent it. When they indulged the Memorial Foundation's plea for an alternative to their method, the one used from the beginning of humanity to the present day, they allowed it, or allowed us. Because we made a promise of submitting without complaint. That's true. Europa never failed to remind me the Earth could just decide to kill us. The Earth cannot be divided. We're meant to be one. Earth is an anchor in space-time for us. It wasn't always like that. Grumpy. We started from zero. We had to carve out our place in the universe, bit by bit. We have to move ever forward, marching in progress. As culture marches forward, so does our gravity increase. We need each other, and we need this culture, this gravity, to make us together. I agree. Humans need to come together. Oh, shit! Lunatera immediately fires a solid light bullet into the gravity well restraint mechanism, and the gravity well implodes back to life. In the middle of the victorious fleet, communication immediately falls apart as space-time and electromagnetic forces tear through them. You finally did it, Lunati! Something so dumb, I don't have time to get mad before I save you from it. You could have at least told me this is what you were planning. I would have, but I wasn't planning this until 10 minutes ago. Hey, I didn't even cut it that close. Tell me you thought of something good. I'll follow you, even to a bad ending, but not if you've got nothing other than this depressing conclusion. I'll have to hate you if you let me do that, baby. Oh, I'd have to hate you to let you do that, baby. Hands reach from behind her and hold the wear gently, easily, as Halimede's fingers shatter. What? Traitor! Sorry, I'm just borrowing it. You're not sorry now, and you weren't sorry then! I think you might really wish you were sorry. I want to believe you want to be sorry, but that's not good enough. It's certainly much too late for it. I wish, instead of wanting to be sorry, you just wouldn't be able to be happy again. I can't do that. Then please deny this. Lo Sulki is made almost entirely of constantly diffracting hard light. It emits from every angle at light speed a drowning torrent, a reversed vacuum, a void of energy, an unignorable, undeniable deluge, light with the substance and pressure and weight of water. The heaviness is unbearable, to Luna Terra especially. Yet it's so familiar, it's impossible to escape. Automatically, she falls right in. No matter what terrible things you've done, you've never forgotten exactly what you deserved for them. That's how you can make it up. That's how you should make it up. At least, not in the same way. Which I know now. I thought I would die before. But the nice thing is, if you don't die from this, you grow up. Even if it feels unfair. Are you suffering? Luna Terra reaches her hand as close as she can to the gravity well. Her own tidal reactor howls and creaks with the strain of not falling in. It isn't interested in Luna Terra's dreams. It just wants to have everything. The infant wish of humanity. Earth's pure greed, the white void. The all-consuming gravity that erases all distinction. Pluto can barely keep the light at bay. It tears into Pluto with perfect synchronicity. Memorial Foundation has been waiting for this chance at the unit designed to defeat them. The one that reminds them of everything they can't have. She's drowning, but her fingers are still reaching, still holding the dying gravity well. The true enemy are the fast-approaching autonomous defense units. Unlike a ship self, they are designed with war in mind. As Halimede said, the easiest option is just to kill us. The option they're always most eager to take. No wonder they felt the ship sale program was just a fanciful indulgence. They are surprised then, when Saturn tears them to pieces. Hey girl! Ha! I guess you were right! From how unsure you were, you made it sound like it was going to be a lot harder. Pluto, you've been a good influence on her. Like how I've been a bad one. We're really suited for a hopeless woman like that, aren't we? Thanks, Saturn. It'll just be a little longer. Don't ignore my nonsense! When this is over, I'm not going to forget it! Sure. You can tease me all you want if you win. You're not very inspiring! I'll be super inspiring if we win, so let's do that first. Saturn poisons the waters. She corrupts the information. What washes over Pluto is muddy, pink, toxic, and indefinitely bad for you. But at least it doesn't want to eat you alive in the name of love. It just wants to mess you up in a good way, and let you mess it up too. The destabilization has gone successfully so far, and the gravity well is diminished and weak and dying fast. That's okay though. It's enough for a little wish. The greatest trick is to just move 1 inch forward. The only trick. Change the physics by a decimal point. In a secret place where they won't notice. Equivalent to inventing a new Earth that is changing the acceleration due to gravity by 0.1 meter per second squared? I don't know what the m of s over s is. Or min divided by s. That is something that is impossible, even with the gravity well. The Earth is the Earth, and it will bind everything to it. Yeah, leave it to Luna Terra, she loves that math shit! Except there is a nearby body in perfect sync, inseparable and distinct, and through its orbits, its tide influence in subtle ways the life on Earth. Are we stealing the moon? Are we making the moon Earth too? I understand now. This is something I want too. You coming up with this idea is just the worst! Why couldn't you just be a bad person with bad ideas and wicked dreams? And it's impossible now. Who would want to give up the moon for the Earth? If we lose, we'll really look like idiots, and we'll live alone on a lifeless moon. So let's make sure that doesn't happen. The moon is to be abandoned too, unless you could bring it into such inseparable closeness. No! Stop convincing me! This sucks! I still hate you, but fine! Live on the moon, away from me, forever! Osulki shuts the valve. Earth rips around inside her, but the gravity well, already compromised, begins to glow to life again. For a little bit longer, Earth can't touch it, can't shut it down. Left to its own devices, the gravity well will bring all things together. Of all the fabulous dream tech of the Memorial Foundation International Space Program, the gravity well, which brings together matter, light, and culture, is the strongest execution of their dream. Oh, she faded away! And a pathetically mistaken one, too. The gravity well brings things closer until they pass through the event horizon and then can never return into the universe again. The limit where even information can't return. Whether it's a good universe or a terrible one, Lunaterra doesn't intend to find out. She's hopelessly attached to this universe. What we do want is to get a little closer. I thought you said you could find a way to be happy in any kind of future. I think that works only if we try really hard to make it not suck first. See, she gets it. Well, it's not like I think it won't work. If the gravity well is sufficiently strong, it is true. It'll eat away at the tidal forces of the Earth. The math is like, the gravitational forces of the Earth will change somewhere in the billionths place. How about the hundreds? That's definitely super impossible. I think we move the center of gravity between the Earth and the Moon. We pull a little, then we pull a lot. We pull until our bodies fall apart. I think then we can get a shift in the hundreds place. And bring a little bit of what we made here back home. Now that's a very generous kindness. And also an extremely petty act of revenge. Yes. I want to pay the price. And they should pay it too. The worst thing I can imagine is to live and die without being born. A future that is won against the unrestrained weight of the world. But don't worry, I'm not planning to do this just to lose. I'm stacking the deck, coming back to Earth just like you wanted, and bringing everything back with me. I have modest ambitions. I choose the future I'm most frightened by, the one that crushes me under the pull of Earth's gravity. I don't want to wonder if I got away with it. I want to know that I could survive even this. That doesn't make a very good argument, does it? But you know, Earth is sweet, even for someone like me, who's better at playing pretend than the real thing. No planet has a moon like this. No planets have sunset and life like this. The romance and beauty is down here too. The romance and beauty is human all along. If we found something new in space, it was something that we achieved. Not these endlessly dead rocks separated by unfathomable distances. You can't just find it somewhere. You have to do the work. Yet, I want a reminder. A memento. And I want Earth to remember. It's not an omnipotent tyrant king. Many in one. Earth has a sister, and that sister is you. Lunaterra doesn't hear the alarm. Her body knows exactly when it's supposed to wake up, and she does. She doesn't have to wake up this early anymore, but her body has a hard time letting her go back to sleep. She wakes up, tries to focus her eyes. Her head hurts just a little. So she thinks she'll go ahead and make coffee, except Saturn's arm is tugging at her shirt, and Pluto's legs are tangled up in hers. So maybe she can't make coffee just yet. She worms out of the comforter as much as she can. The apartment's summer air conditioning keeps things nice and cool, but the summers here are hot, And so are the girls. Hey! Maybe if she tries really hard, she can go back to sleep. But it's hard. It's always hard when the sun's still there. But especially with this, just the hum of the AC and everyone's slow breathing, the light shiver of sweat. Cute! Cute! Hey dude, wake up. Hey, don't pull me back into bed! Pluto, stop her! But I want to see who wins. Her hair grew out a little, it seems. You're the one who wants to make breakfast. You made me wake her up. Don't act like it's not your problem. None of you were up when I was up, so it's time to sleep forever. That's what I said! Boo boo! Also, you're clearly awake, so let go! No, Pluto. No, Pluto. I'm making breakfast, though. I already turned on the stove. It's fine. It'll just burn the house down. Help me stop Saturn. Okay. You traitor! You betrayed yourself! That's enough out of you. Come get some coffee, Luna Tea, before you get a headache over it. You're really such a fake. It's for serious. You too? You switch sides really easily. So do you! Up again. Alright, you're helping me make breakfast. What? How come she gets to sleep in? Boo. She'll be right behind us. She was. Lunatera shivered for a second, bare under the AC, and then she got up. She turned the light canceling off of the windows. The day, which will last for the rest of the month, poured in, which she could feel a minute of before she wants to get breakfast too. On the near side of the moon, the Earth will always be visible. Without the hands of her old body, she won't ever be able to fly or feel or view as anything but a picture ever again. Even the memories are fading. But the moon is closer. So close that there's almost no difference between it and the Earth. It's another country. A strange country. And the Earth is too. Moving the decimal place. Her true ending. That's what you get for beating the game with all 3 characters. Alright. I think the only achievements left are for the Easter egg. And for getting an ending other than Memorial Foundation with Luna T. So what do you say we try balancing things out? I don't know. Oh no, my finger is stuck inside this clip. Oh geez. Okay, there we go. I guess I could just look it up. Do we have any game plan how we want to go about it? There are 9 days and 3 groups. So we have to do each one 3 times, right? You want to power through it and see what happens? I don't know if we have one where we weren't doing solo, so we'll just... You... I wonder if there's an option to speed through. Ah, there we go. New. Speed running in space! Alright, so... Betray, betray. I have to... Launch. I think we've read this right. This is from Pluto's route. Stop doing things like that. There we go. Lieutenant Terra is crushed instantly and she's dead. I remember this part. It's a good part. Pluto having fun with the narrative. Oops, wrong button. Rest in peace, Pilot B. Alright, alright, alright. Everything's looking good so far. part's just cute. I wish I could turn off this thing so I could see the, you know, see the full art. Ah, beans! So it's not even. I was afraid that it might do something like that. Not give me an even payload for all of them. Alright, alright. Well, as long as it doesn't run up our home faction, that's how we get the water war. But I would assume that keeping it even is what we would need to do to. Okay, so it's like 2. Hey girl, hey! Oops. Yeah, the noises are good. I'm gonna go loyal and see what happens. Interesting. I wonder if we kept at it, if we could get it to 50. Boo 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 boo! We got them all balanced. Everything hangs in balance. Oh, it's not that bad. Yeah, let's just flip a coin or something. Don't you think it's kind of an important decision? Oh, it's a kind of important decision. It's not the fate of everything, but it's the fate of a lot of things. It's the future of human beings in space. It's not what I wanted. None of these are things I wanted. What are you fighting for then? I mean, it's not everything I wanted. I was fighting for everything I wanted. This is as close to it as I got. That's not enough. Well, I mean, it could be better. I love you both so much. What complete brats you can't be what complete brats that can't be pleased. Don't tell me you're fine with it. No way, you're right. It could be so much better. See? So I'm fine with whichever ending we get. I want a better ending too. Wanting a better end doesn't mean I'm fine with whatever. Why not? Yeah, what do you want? I want what we want. Us too! That's why it's fine either way. Lunaterra, I think you haven't understood something. This isn't the ending. We don't need one ending. No matter how the future turns out, no matter who wins, we can take whatever ending we get and make the ending we really want out of it. It's not like it doesn't matter, but no matter what future we get, can't we make it the one we wanted? Just like we did before the ending. Okay, sure. Let's pick our favorite. We don't need a true ending. Damn! Whatever it is, we'll make it the true ending. So is this just take it into the route of like whatever? You want things long distance? You want to break up? You want to fight? A messy fight and get back together? You can't have it both ways. How selfish can you be? Humanity breaks up or humanity gets back together. Which is this. You want to still be friends? It's never going to happen. I wonder if we reach this ending while playing as one of the other girls. Do we get to hear, like, Mars or Mercury chime in here? Because that would be good. I want that dialogue. You want us to be different and together? No, there are some lines you can't cross. Change too much, you won't be human. Change too much, and we won't understand or recognize each other. We don't have hearts strong enough. Luna, you know I wish we did, but I know they don't. If you come crawling back, they'll accept you. If you leave, they will let you. But they'll kill you if you try to change them. Thanks, babe, but I'm still an idiot. I forgot how many bullets there were in the Cradle's Grace's ending. But I do like that sort of self-referential thing, because balancing it out is how you got the true end in the first, Never Will Be Me, We Know the Devil. Alright. I really love these Klingon drawing. Ah, here we go. Houston. I didn't realize that she was saying more things, but she was like, we can make a true ending out of any ending. We can make it without the true end. We can make it out of the best ending, or the second best ending, or a bad ending. Some of these might be bad endings, but we're going to keep trying. We're going to keep going. Beyond the part where there's an ending. Until it's something else. Never betrayed anyone in my entire life. We've got so many Achievos. We've only got 5 out of the 12. What are the other ones? But I do have these. That's weird. Anyway, I think it's time to call it a night. That's Heaven Will Be Mine. I am sort of curious about playing it through with the others to see what little extra snippets there might be before the ending kicks into gear. Things like that, but, yeah. thank you for joining me. Thanks you to Mori for buying me a copy of this. It was a delightful game. I enjoyed it a lot. I hope you did too. I don't know what we'll do next. I've made it. My intro doesn't really make sense because it's past the next episode, but really, I don't know if there'll be a next episode of this one. But whatever, it's fine. Don't worry about it. If there's not a video up there to another Heaven Will Be Mine stream, it'll be to some other stream, and it'll be cool, and you can watch it instead. It'll be all about kissing boys instead of kissing girls. Kissing boys and thinking about kissing girls rather than kissing girls. Have a great. Oh, also, I'll have company on Saturday, so that should be interesting. New girl and her girlfriend are staying with me because they don't have a place to live right now. So, yeah, I'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.